That's why you've done that, so you can put a thin layer on the outside, and so the ball bearing will go through it. And
we have three sizes of bearings, so World War I and World War II, and 15-inch and above cannons on the ships were quarters, and then I think it's 11 to 15 were 7/32, and then 3/16 for smaller ones. And depending on your armament again, the battleships had 3mm, light cruisers were 2.5, and then all merchants 1.5. So there's different thicknesses, and we glue the balsa on, and then we use tissue paper just on the outside.
Oh, right, so tissue paper.
As in silk span.
Yeah.
And then we just paint them up. And then when we have battles, the balls go through, we just use little bits of tissue paper and dope, you know, the glue that dries out, and then patch the holes up. You've got to be at the waterline, so I don't put any weight into this one. Graham, in your battle cruiser, do you have to put any weight other than what's in it to get it to waterline?
Not that one at the moment, no, I'm trying to get weight off it. There's a lot of weight in there already.
So, but basically when they sink, this comes off, and then we just pull them up, battery and all the gears underneath. So, and you can see all the holes. This hasn't had its balsa ever replaced in 10 years, so it's more tissue paper than balsa. So now you can detail them up and even more detail, but you're going to get the consequence of balls bending stuff over. Or you just go to basically the profile of the ship, you know, so it looks the silhouette, so it looks So you might even see the old ball bearing stuck still in there. Just check the other side. So this is a Hog Islander. It was basically predecessor to Liberties, where they did mass construction.
And used to sink really well.
These are Ferris tramps, but they're actually made from wood. The Americans came along late into World War I, and we're going to build 102 of these. They ended up being built after the war finished, and so they were used in World War II. So basically, merchants are going to go for one
guns we make ourselves.
one team attacks, one team attacks, then they swap over for the next battle. CO2 bottle. There's a valve to bring it down to 100 psi. They go off to other valves, and servos hit the valves, let the gas go up, and inside, which we're not in at the moment, the ball bearing sitting here, that's the magazine.
So how did the ball bearings
They roll down a groove, because there's so many of them in there. They roll down to a groove onto pins, but the air can go past, and then they just get thrown out. And they come out.
So the air just picks up one, and one at a time.
One at a time, knocks the rest back into the magazine, and under gravity they roll back in. So I was going to bring another cannon, but there's a groove just underneath.
So what sort of PSI are you firing?
Basically, it's around 100 PSI.
Oh, so that's pretty full on.
But we can't go over 50 metres a second. Right. Otherwise, we've got to get licences.
Okay.
And because there's none of these have BBs. There's quarters, 7/32, and 3/16. They're not called BBs. Because BB is 0.177 or something, and you can't buy those because you need a firearms license.
I know.
So we go to a.
So this is in New South Wales. Firearm. The laws are pretty strict.
No, we've got Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, WA, and I think South Australia, we've had to ask them about exemptions, you know.
Yeah.
So
And it's
they said
alright.
it's basically it's a hobby, it's a toy. So and we do check the velocity of them, so they don't go too high.
So the penetration of the force, like, so it would go through sort of
It goes-
thin balsa or
Up to 3 mil.
3 mil balsa? Okay.
Balsa, it goes through, but on the inside, you can't see, but there's a blast shield. You might be able to see it.
Oh, so what that
And that stops the bullet from going straight through.
Right.
Because it could hit your, your electronics and
so
stuff like that.
protects you.
Now,
But this one wouldn't sink. You wouldn't let this one sink, do you?
it goes down. That's its. Which one's its float?
So, but what about all the electronics and getting wet and stuff?
Okay, the receiver. The normal way was blue tack and a balloon.
Yeah. Balloon,
That's Some guys are casting them in resin.
Right.
Now the reservoirs, we do a little bit more to it because if you get water in them, you've got to pull them apart. So we actually put holes in the cases.
And what, to let the water out?
Let the water out. Then we put metho through.
Oh yeah.
That collects
Spray.
it.
Yeah.
Look, we can't do the potentiometer, but hopefully the metho takes most of the water away. So they get the jitters a little bit, but normally that's solved pretty quick. The circuitry in here, I'm using a 3M product called Electric Coat or something or other, and I just paint the circuit board. Some people just put them in a penetrating oil. So, and like I said, it's very rare we lose a servo. The batteries, we used to be lead batteries. Now we've gone to, then we went to NiCad, and then we've gone to lipase. And when we first got introduced to lipase, the guy was putting resin as a, what do you call it, silicon all over.
Yeah.
And in the end, we don't do it anymore. They go down,
And they're fine.
but it's only like 10 minutes or something. We'll row out, pull them up, and clean them all out. Now, the ships don't sink straight away. There's a pump in here somewhere. Can you point out where the pump is? There's a pump underneath.
Yeah.
And depending on your tonnage, you're allowed to pump a certain rate of water out. And it's here somewhere.
Oh, so you just get the appearance of a heavy list, and sort of crawl back. So it's a heavy list and a crawl back home.
Look, some ships roll, some go rear, some go nose, and let's see if you can see it. You can see this is probably early. This is one of our nationals. One guy likes to paint his ship up the way he likes it. It's a bit rocky at the moment. Okay, see the water coming out of the spout?
Yeah.
So you're allowed to pump a certain rate. So it's not just, got a hole, I'm going to sink. So you've got time to get back to shore if you
So
want
you
to.
come back to shore if you want to.
Take it out, patch the holes up, put the metho through, 20 minutes you're back on the water. So, and that you can see this is a merchant.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Oh, and actually, there's the
That's the
discharge.
Yeah. So,
It's brilliant.